Alright guys, so I'm going to start with this screen here. A lot of movies regarding Winged Hussars showed this. So these are Polish Winged Hussars, like the famous Polish cavalry of the 1683 charge on Vienna, and probably 150 years worth of history up to 1683 against the Swedes, you name it. And when you look at this little screen capture here, when I paused it, you're going to think to yourselves, well, why the fuck were they so successful? I mean, this doesn't seem like someone's going to break pikemen. And you got to think about it too. Pikemen in the 1600s had some pretty goddamn long lances. I mean, you saw the movie with Braveheart, and the pikemen there just outpiked the cavalry, right? They had longer. And, you know, there's jokes about it, of course. Don't get me wrong. You can make many jokes about how long people's lances were. But ultimately, what I don't like is in these movies, and Polish movies are very much the culprit of this. They have the wings and they have the armor, but they don't actually show what made the Hussars as exceptional as they were. This picture here that I found on Pinterest really kind of shows it. Like, they had some big old fucking dick off lances. And if you look here, I mean, I know you guys could say, oh, Wikipedia's fake. No, Wikipedia is actually kind of accurate. 20-foot long lances. And there's other websites I could pull up, but that's really what it was. It was these goddamn dick off lances that they needed to have. These were hollowed out from the inside. They were very expensive to make. And that's what the Hussars were armed with. Now, if you look at this, how does that compare to here? These are some, like, this is not why the Hussars broke the Turks at Vienna. This is not why. The wings are not why. In fact, the wings were not used in attacks. You know why? Because the wings create friction. Air friction, right? So as you charge, the more stuff you have that's hitting the wind, the more stuff that horse has to push through. So they never used this. They never used wings in an actual attack. I mean, maybe a little bit. Maybe it was part of the saddle, like in this picture, but not as part of your actual backplate. That shit would throw you off. And so, moving that aside, let's go ahead and say there was no wings. It was just armored cavalrymen. This little tiny stick is not what the Hussars used. So I would actually want one frickin' movie, one depiction of the Hussars where the director or the film agency actually invested in spending, I don't know how much it would cost to make a lance like this. I'm sure today it's a little bit cheaper than it was in the 1600s, since it's not the 1600s. But this is what needs to be depicted, because this is exactly why they were so good. Not because of this bullshit. This is pathetic. In my opinion, it's pathetic. It just creates a false depiction of why they were so good. Like, nothing about this should be scary to an infantry unit in the 17 or 1600s. This, however, will be a pretty scary frickin' sorry, I have this very minimized so I can show it to you. But this little fucking stick is definitely a scary goddamn pike that's longer than your pike, and it's coming at you at 40 miles an hour. So this bullshit, this definitely exactly why the Hussars were the Hussars. Screw the wings, screw everything else, is this big old fucking dick off stick of a pike that they had. So that's my little stick over here. I hate these goddamn movies that don't really show exactly why they were so great. The Hussars were so great. They only show them going through infantry. But in reality, what the movies show should be somewhat of an actual depiction of a very specific item that they had. And it's easy to research. It's very easy to identify exactly what made them so unique. And it's this big old fucking dick off stick. And again, 20 foot long. Does that seem 20 feet long? Yeah, it's about there. So, you know, It's not the wings. It's nothing else. It's this dick off fucking stick, and it's not. This is not a dick off. This is a little baby stick right here. So anyway, just when you guys watch these movies, whenever you have Polish hussars depicted, just know this is what they should have, not this. So that's my shtick. See you guys.